Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AstralGames Day 122, where we will be playing Pillars of Eternity, aka Pillars of Conversation, as I'd like to call it. Quite the game with quite the conversations, and I'm sure we'll have lots more today to look forward to. Yeah, so this is AstralGames Day 122, the probably only day this week that I can stream. Jumping straight into announcements. The coming weeks are going to be really busy for me. I do work in education mostly, which means September is quite a busy month with all the schools starting again, the influx of new students coming along there. Hey Deviant Fish, welcome to my side of Twitch. So yeah, lots of new students coming along. That means a lot of work for me, catching those students and making sure their transition is as smoothly as possible, or as smooth as possible, and that means a lot of work. So I've been looking at my schedule, I've been looking at my upcoming schedule, and one stream a week should be manageable, but that's mostly gonna be it, which means I'll be a bit on the down low for now, until September blows over and we go into October, and then I should be fine for another 2 streams a week, you know, returning a bit to the standard. We'll see how it goes, also depending on the network contacts that I make in September, and maybe they have work and stuff. Hey Zero, what up? So we'll see. With your own company, you never know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, just to prepare you guys for it, September is going to be a busy month. So 1 stream a week is going to be the norm for that month, I think. Maybe even weeks where I can't stream at all, we'll see. I'll try to do 1 stream a week at least. I'll try to keep that up. But yeah. Speaking of upcoming streams, this Pillars of Eternity marks the final game in the cycle. For those that keep up with the cycles, Pillars of Eternity marks the final game in my cycle, which means that after this, normally I would start Dark Souls Episode 7, you know, restarting the whole cycle. However, I did a Mount and Blade stream, I think a week back, last week or a week before that. I did a Mount and Blade stream and everyone seemed to really enjoy that. So what I'm going to do is, after episode 6 is done, the next AstralGames Day is going to be a revival of my Mount and Blade mod review stream, and I am going to explore a new mod with you guys. The mod I chose for this, I believe, is called Gekikujo or something along those lines. It's a really weird name, but it's Mount and Blade in the Sengoku Jidai period. If you don't know what that is, the Sengoku Jidai period was the period of war in Japan, you know, with the samurai and the all the different clans fighting for ultimate power. So that's the setting of the mod. I heard great things about the mod. I've read great things about it on the forums. So after episode 6 is done, I'm eager to jump into that one and explore with you guys whether it's actually worth all the praise. I've got the latest version that is out right now, downloaded and installed. I tested it, didn't see a lot of the mod itself. I just started it up, made sure it all worked, and then quit out again. And yeah, we're going to explore Gekkujo, or whatever that mod's called, the Sengoku Jidai mod. That's going to be AstralGames Day 123, which will be next week, on a Tuesday as well. Tuesdays are the days for streaming for me in September, as far as I can tell right now from my schedule. So next week, Tuesday, is going to be AstralGames Day 123, and it's going to be Gekikujo or something like that. After that mod review, so I'm looking far into the future now, that's another week ahead, is going to be AstralGames Day 124, and there I will be streaming a game that I have won via a giveaway, which was actually a pretty funny story. I was watching the streamer and he was doing the giveaway thing. He was doing the he had this program which he used to raffle off the games, and that program just pulled everyone from chat, so even the lurkers and everything. So it was just raffling it off randomly to even to people that were lurking and stuff. So then the program was like raffling your name, and then it said speak up in chat, and then there was no one, and then it started raffling off again. So that giveaway took like, I think 2 or 3 hours, because it was constantly raffling lurkers. It raffled the bot ones, which was really fun as well. But I was about to leave that stream because I had to go, and I had my cursor on the red cross, and all of a sudden that program raffled me. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna speak up in chat, because he was so desperate. Hey Sky, what up? And Hendrik, thank you for the host, dude. Welcome. So yeah, he was so desperate. He was just like, oh my god, please someone take this game, because he was raffling for 2 hours. I'm not kidding, that raffle took 2 hours. So I was like, okay, I'll speak up in chat, I'll grab the game, and then I leave. But then I did that, and then I felt really guilty, because I was about to leave, but someone... So there was this moral conflict within me, or this eternal conflict going within me, going, alright, do I grab the game and sort of go like a thief because I already said goodbye in chat and everything, or do I just leave? But I grabbed the game, and he was very grateful for that, and chat was grateful for that as well, because they had been looking at this list going raffling off all the time for like 2 hours, so they were really glad that he could return to gameplay. So I took the game and then I left, and that's the game I'll be streaming 2 AstralGames days from now. It's called Unepic. I don't know much about it. I know it's a dungeon crawler slash platformer, and that it has humor that's spoof on D&D. So there's going to be some weird D&D humor in there. I don't know. It's I don't know much about the game other than that, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, that's the game that I won for during a giveaway whilst almost leaving the channel. There's your silly story for the day. But yeah, so that's going to be streamed. First the Sengoku Jedi mod is going to be streamed, then Unepic is going to be streamed, and then we'll be restarting with Dark Souls episode 7. So yeah, it's gonna take 2 episodes before we restart, and considering my schedule, that's going to take quite some time, probably 2 weeks. So with 1 episode a week. So we'll see. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about. About the emote, I have no idea. Silly stories and stuff, that's my trademark. I'm sorry, Hendrik, I'm sorry. I just thought telling this story would be fun. But you won't see silly stories every time I'm on stream. So you can keep it your trademark. I just picked it up for this stream, and all the other streams are going to be serious business and, you know, gameplay and stuff. But yeah, about the emote, I have no idea. I haven't heard from the artist yet, so, and it's been a few days already. I might have to pick it up, you know, contact her again. No idea. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that will be a reality. Hopefully Sear Tank will be a reality at one point. I thought the pipe was your trademark. Well, there you go. There you go. The pipe is the trademark of Hendrik. Remember, trademarks on streams are determined by your audience, not yourself. If the audience, like the Sear Tank, it's my trademark, it's my thing. It's the silly, goofy War Thunder playthroughs that got me the Seer tank, and that's my trademark, and that has been determined by the community as my trademark. So once we finally get my emote, I have a trademark. Hey Diego, what up? What up? Just going through the announcements, as I usually do at the start of the stream, before we jump into more pillars of conversation. Speaking of announcements, are there any more? I'm thinking, but no, I think that's it. Yeah, it's going to be an emote sky. I'm really psyched for that. If you know, I can get to contact the emote artist. You missed them? All right, very shortly for you, Diego. Just before we jump into the game, very shortly for you. 1 stream a week. This coming period, because I'm really busy. I work in education. September is a really busy month then. This is the final game for episode 6 cycle, and I will restart the cycle after 2 other episodes that are not part of the episode cycle, where I'll be playing Sengoku Jidai mod for Mount & Blade and Unepic, the game called Unepic, which I won in a giveaway. For you, in short, Diego. Think of your channel, think of the rate response. Oh, my rate response. My rate response is trademark. Alright. Let's jump into the game. This one is the latest. Yeah, so not a lot of streams coming up. Because I do work in education in September with the influx of new students and everything. It's going to be... I was happy, I was Sky. I mean, I freaking beat Philip Rich in Hearthstone in that when I did that dance. So yeah, of course I'm happy. I beat Philip Rich in Hearthstone. That's like the freaking biggest accomplishment of my life. Gaming accomplishment, that is. Alright, so when we last left off, we were basically asked to search...
Right.
Oh, whoops. We were basically asked to search a drug den and confront the drug dealer. This assignment was given by his wife, I believe, who was about to leave him because he was only busy with drugs. That's like beating Mike Tyson in a boxing match without referee. Yeah, exactly. That achievement was amazing. So we got into his drug den, which is this, where we are standing now. And he didn't really like us interfering with his business. So he fought us. And this is the loot they left. And this is us. So you can see how the fight went. I don't believe I had a lot of trouble with this fight. Can't remember if I looted them. But I don't see much interesting left except for this one. Or is it just fine? Is it not magical? I'm trained in my game brain to think that items with a blue background or a color background are magical, but these are just fine, which is... I'm taking the wand as well, just in case. So his wife gave you the divorce papers, so you make him give the signature. No, it was just like she didn't dare to confront him, so we went out to tell him. And we were just going to tell him, like nothing more, just tell him. And yeah, he wasn't really pleased. So it went from nothing more than just telling him to actually beating him up. I guess he wouldn't mind if we stole his wine, because, you know, he's dead and everything. The pots are crusted shut with some unidentifiable gunk. Ew. Ugh.
Of course.
Ugh. So, I'm expecting another fight upstairs. Probably. I mean, there were some people upstairs. Yep.
Serious me.
Okay. Alright. Pray for endurance, nice. Time to get some casting out here. Alright, that's one. Hey, Terrific, what up? Trying to convince my nephew to play. Good luck with that. Oh god, our mage is under attack. Get the wolf instead. Oh crap. Wait, why are you walking away? Okay, that's my character. This isn't going well. This isn't going as planned. Summon the skeleton! Alright, might still go well. Alright, at least we won. But man, my character is not good, not good. Justice. A unique greatsword. A fine flail. I guess we're taking it because it's fine. Fine small shield. Of course we're taking your money. We're taking the key. Might be of importance. Alright, let's hold up for a bit. Let's regain that endurance. It was a tough fight. Tougher than the one downstairs, as far as I can remember. These jaws chipped and cracked as if knocked to the ground and set back in place. Okay. Don't think they mind taking us taking stuff from the table because, you know, they're dead. Ooh, a potion for endurance. Nice. Here's a random question, which is sort of vaguely related to this game. Has anyone transferred a character from Baldur's Gate to BG2? Yes. Yes, I did. EDR Customs. Okay. You missed a draw. Ooh, gold. Dabby gold. Idarian dialects. Okay. Used bronze key. Oh, there's a dude there. Yo, dude, hold on. First, we need to loot stuff. Someone has gathered sheets and towels to make a makeshift bed. A rumpled fabric is stiff with blood and unwashed sweat. Ew. One side of this overturned vase is splotched with crimson. Yo, dude. A man lies. Oh god, here we go again. How does it work? Do you keep the levels and stuff? Yes. Does it adjust BG2 to be harder because of it? As far as I can tell, no. But I wasn't crazy OP either. I was like level 10 or something, and you start Baldur's Gate 2 with a level 8 character. So it wasn't crazy OP. It was slightly more powerful, yes, but it didn't feel like super OP at all. A man lies, bound and bloodied, on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, please, no more. I can't take any more. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Berath. You're not one of his men, are you? He glances nervously behind you. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Oh, that's the guy we were looking for. That's the guy she tried to divorce from. And we thought it was the guy downstairs. In the story it said it was the guy downstairs, but apparently it's this guy. Then who was that downstairs? An imposter! Some wizard named Nereid. He came into my house, tied me up in here. He tortured me. And now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Svev inside my own house. He just turned up all of a sudden? Whatever you hold back. Spit it out. This would be a lot easier if you weren't trying to hide something. First he looks away, unable to meet your gaze. I may have hung onto a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed that money. What exactly happened? He sent over the wizard, Nereid, the man downstairs. Pernisk shudders. To make up the lost copper, I guess. And to hurt me while I was at it. It feels like it's been days. He's already taken care of. Pernisk stares at you. I can't believe this nightmare is finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You have no idea what you've done for me, but... He looks up at you and away again. I need to find my love, Kenra. Only after what Nereid put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. Hey, BT, what up? What up? And please, don't tell her about this Svev. About what I do. I could make it worth your while. A discount, maybe? Oh man. Oh man. He still wants to lie to his wife after all this. Oh man. Oh man. Perhaps you should trust her to make her own decisions rather than lie to her. I know, and I can't force to keep this secret. I just don't want to lose her. After what happened here, I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Svev. Or me, if she finds out. Kenra sent me here in the first place. She did? Pernisk smiles brightly. That woman helped save my life without realizing it. Please, bring her home and tell her everything is back to normal. I'll go talk to her. I can't thank you enough, truly. I've missed my poor Kenra. Aww. The poor dude. On one hand, he's been through a lot. With, you know, a wizard faking being him. And, his house being broken in and all that stuff. That sucks. But on the other hand, he's still a Svev dealer. We'll just go tell Kenra what's up and she can make her own decisions. I think that's for the best. Yeah, so this happened, but your husband's still a Svev dealer, so yeah. Have fun deciding what you want to do. Beauty Beast Gaming, thank you for the host. Ooh, it's night. Where's the map? Where's the map thing? There's the map thing. Was it the goose and fox? I believe so. Yeah. The goose and fox. I believe that's where we met Kenra. Kenra! Actress, patron. Yeah, we've done all these people in the end. I'm pretty sure. Noble, commoner. Kenra. Kenra looks up at you as you approach. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? Pernisk was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svev. Just like BAM! Hey, what's up? Here's the truth. BAM! Yeah, that's all we can do, so let's do it. She blinks at you, stunned. I had no idea. Pernisk, he... She brings her fist down the table, slushing a drink. Damn it! How can I trust him after something like this? That he's lied to me for so long. She runs her hand through her hair and takes a deep breath. I should just be glad I found out about this before the wedding. Hey, Binary, what up? There are other men inside. He still loves you. Let's go to the hopeless romantic one. Graphics installed, music is basically turned off. What? Hey, Cloudberry Fox, what up? Long time no see. How you doing? And Sneaky, welcome, welcome. Are we going with the hopeless romantic option? Binary AstralBerry. It rhymes. Okay, so what I'm not going to say is there are other men in Defiance Bay. You're smart to stay away from him. Those are the two options I'm definitely not going to say. But the other three, right now he needs help with forgiveness. I can see that being a good option. He still loves you. Do you really want to give up your future together? Or I'm sorry it turned out like this. Then I see I've been the laziest lurker, but everything is fine. Living in Sweden now. Wow. Starting master studies on Monday. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. What's the master's in, if I may ask? Let us say right now he needs help and forgiveness. Let's not interfere too much with the situation. You think I could help him turn around? I hadn't thought of it that way. She sighs. You really do see the best in everyone. I appreciate what you've done for us. I'm certain Pernisk feels the same way. You're always welcome to come see us if you need anything. Masters in Food, Technology and Nutrition. Nice. So, you know, when you're done and you come on stream and I'm like, can you give me a diet of, you know, this and this and this? And then you go, yeah, that's, this is the best nutritional thing you can do. And then I'm like, thanks. Thanks, Cloudberry. And then I'll have a whole new life. Oh, take this. This. She unclasped something from her neck. Picked it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm in my decision. I'll be fine without it now. Rewards! Let's see what it is. There it is. Reward amulet. Of intellect and of resolve. Well, we know who needs intellect. Lose the cape, dude. You need your intellect. Ta-ta! Perfect.
Yeah.
Minor adventure added. This quest expires in 3 days. No companions at the stronghold. Okay. Oh yeah, the stronghold thing. Did we do something? Completed. Yeah. No, I can tell you how your footsteps have been made, how microbes grow in it, and what the human body needs. Well, yeah, exactly, that last part. Like, eat this, because then the human body needs this. But I don't need to know how it has been made or how microbes grow in it. No thanks. What was this again? Prestige security. I totally forgot about this. Lost for... oh man. Nothing new to report, nothing new to report. We definitely need more protection. Got 4,000. The towers of Katnua stand high above the walls of the stronghold. Upgrading the towers will grant perception bonus. Yeah, let's do that. They do both +1 protection and +2 prestige, so there we go. Finished in 3 days. Give me the towers. Okay, so we've done this whole in part because we've been upstairs and talked to everyone here. And hey, Gmalt, what's up? How are you doing? So,
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
interesting. I'm doing great, Jamalt. I'm doing great. Looking forward to the weeks ahead. Alright, so we've explored that. Or to the days ahead, I should say. Let's check our journal. His old self done. Travel with Adair to the records archive, so that's definitely a quest. And go to the Temple of Wodica. So there we go. We came in here, but there's still something called Brackenbury there. Let's check that out. Oh, I can talk to him? Ada wants to talk to you. Okay.
The dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Assume there'd be less of them.
The dozens? Why do they call themselves the dozens? Was 12 dear Woodens stood outside Helgoth Citadel waiting for Waidwen to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate. So that's what they did. The Godhammer? That's what they call the bomb that blew up Waidwen. They blew up Waidwen with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god? Guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folk anyway. The dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. There must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspire them. Sure, I just can't think any off the top of my head. I shouldn't say that. There's a group of Aothesians, the Night Market. They still do right by their god. Helped a lot of people to safety during the purges. They're easy to forget about though, because they have to work in secret. You can thank people like the dozens for that too. Let's continue on. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, since it's night, and we are in quite a bad condition, some of us at least, it might be better if we rest up in the inn and then continue our journey. So what we're doing now is we're just exploring Defiance Bay.
Well met, friend.
There's a lot of stuff to explore here. So yeah, that's what we're doing. The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an Ao Mao. Wow. A handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. You have for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it in one broad hand but doesn't drink from it. Okay. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Daewonian independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levi. He wanted a place where kids of all backgrounds could gather and hash out issues facing their new country. He rests his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the Gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Daewonians have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. What happened next? Soon, kids were coming from the farms and settlements too. He waves at the door, as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Valen sailors than the Salty Mast. And that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. He's a poet and he doesn't even know it. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane. And when he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a wry grin. If only he could see it now. Excellent. Tell me about yourself, why not? Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Barath. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts, and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How'd you go from religions to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you think. Started with the Hollowborn, and with this. Takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. Was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Waidwin's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your fate? He leans forward, crossing arms on the bar. Barath promises rebirth. Cycles. But the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another, until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they'd left days before and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then. Not that I've found answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Pretty tragic, but yeah. Can I get a room? Suit of Worldly Wonders? Fletcher's Stay? Vixen's Burrow? Wow, okay. Perception Resolve? Hell yeah. Merchant Stay. I assume this is the bonus lasts until the next time you rest. Or something. Party gained 2,700. Wow. Okay. Well, we rested up. Hey, Hades2666. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? It's still night? What? Okay, this is weird. We went in there when it was night. We rested up when it was night. And now it's still night, apparently. Interesting. Guess we read 8 hours have passed. Maybe it's like super dawn. Actually waiting for parcel with my new PC in it. Awesome. Waiting for 5 hours now. No estimated time zone given. Oh, that sucks. But wow, a new PC. That must be hype. Much hype. I'm kind of scared actually delivering service fucks up again as usual. Normally, at least in our place, when a delivery service like does that, they like place it at the nearest post office and you can just pick it up yourself. They like call you or send you a note. So that's usually what happens, but finally done with this poverty laptop. Yes, excellent. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from his past seem to call out to you. Oh god, guys, here we go again. Reach out for the soul. You see a man cross his arms and sticks his chin out. Moonlight and torchlight color his face. Bullshit. The elf standing in front of him wears a panicked expression. Are you mad? I've seen it. Aha! The first man cries, raising a triumphant finger. You just said you'd only heard it. The elf blinks. What in the name of Gallowayne's beast does that have to do with anything? You said you only heard it. Now you're telling me it's a monster the size of 2 Amao with blood-dyed fur. The man takes a step closer to the elf. And now I'm saying you're a liar, Doran. Doran sputters. Gods, Viserys! Who cares what it looks like? It's a rabid wolf. You saw what it did to the sheep. The elf throws up both of his hands, shaking his head. You want to stay out here all night to see the thing yourself? Have it your way. I'm getting out of here. Fine. Alright. Good. The elf storms off, casting one last glance over his shoulder as he disappears down a hill. The man sets off in the other direction, a sword in one hand and a torch in the other. Within minutes, he comes to a broken paddock where the dozen sheep lie dead, their throats torn and their innards scattered across the ground. It is not the work of a normal predator. Yeah, they only do that when you're not home 2 times in a row. Yeah, something like that, yeah. I live in the student room. Don't know, ring the doorbell correctly. LOL! Address it not at home while I'm sitting here all day. Let's hope that's not it. Have faith, Hades. They don't have telephones. Or they're just too grumpy to pick it up. Something crunches through the dry gas. Viserys spins but sees nothing. He raises his torch higher. This time, rustling sounds from behind him, near the paddock. He turns again to see a wolf. It's not nearly as large as Doran had sworn, and while its fur is matted with red around its throat and paws, the rest of the elf's description is proven to be a rather lurid exaggeration. Typical. Viserys takes some small satisfaction in this, even while the wolf lunges for him, its jaws foaming and eyes rolling.
Yeah.
Justica? The expeditions out of Edmund's Den are organized grave robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. If you say so. Over here, mister? What is it? Gordy, a boy watches the passers-by and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey, mister, want to know a secret? He wipes his nose with a sleeve. I know a real good secret. Looks like we got a little hustler here. Someone's raised this kid right. Right, I'm sure a squeaky-voiced kid knows amazing things about the city. I wouldn't say that. They could. Really? What is it? I mean, those kids, you know, they're running around the street. They know the city most often better than the guards themselves. So, let's see what he has to say. He shrugs and clasps his hand behind his back, kicking a loose pebble. I just saw folks hiding some really neat things. I could show you where, but Mom and Dad told me not to talk to strangers. His eyes slowly roll up at you. But maybe you could help me with something. Then we wouldn't be strangers. Help you with what? Gordy's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo. The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. Okay. He stops long enough to catch his breath. Anyway, there's this merchant over by the expedition hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. His eyes grow large and round. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know how the Crucible Knights make them in a forge. I know the tip can pierce low guard skill armor. That one's good as sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty of daggers, and I really want this one. And if you could just get it for me, I'll promise I'll never ever ask anyone for anything again. How's this game? Worth the price? If you don't mind reading through a shitload of dialogue that is dramatically written. It's a good game. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good game. It definitely is reminiscent of the Infinity Engine RPGs like Baldur's Gate and not Neverwinter, but the other one, Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment. It's definitely got that sort of like quality to it, but yeah, it's so dramatically written. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god. Like, especially those parts where we just have been with that Viserys, where you like look into someone's soul and you see their past, or a small part of their past, with that wolf and that elf, and like some of those things are so like the blood dripping from the blah blah blah, each drop raining down on the, and it's so dramatic. And sometimes I'm like, oh my god. But if you can look past that, it's a great game. Just a good game, because like the combat is solid. The story so far in its entirety is pretty good. I'm pretty intrigued. So yeah, it's definitely a good re-edition. It's not as good. It's not as good, but I think that's mostly because I've got this. You know, I've played Baldur's Gate when it first came out, and it was my first real RPG ever. So that nostalgia thing, this game doesn't have that. So it's obviously because now I'm used to RPGs like this. So I don't think it, in my eyes, it will ever be as good as Baldur's Gate. I don't think it can be. I don't think any game can be. But it's definitely reminiscent of it, and it definitely does a good job being, you know, like those games. So if you like those games, especially because we're starved for Infinity Engine RPGs, I mean, this is the only one in recent times that was released. So if you, if you're like me and you're like, you love those games, then I would say go for it. But it's just, can you look past the weird conversations and the somewhat clunky storytelling, especially at the start? I had kind of a lot of trouble getting into the story. Now that I'm here, I'm 6 episodes in, or 5 episodes in a bit. I'm definitely into the story, and I definitely want to know how it ends and the twists and the turns, and I can't wait. But at the start, it's like, here is a world, poof, with a shitload of backstory. We're not going to ease an introduction into it. Like, here's the world, bam, and oh yeah, there's some main story somewhere that we want to tell as well, and it's here, and these are elements of that, and at the start it really feels amateurish almost, I have to say. But if you can look past all that, then liking the combat system whenever I see it, like a difficult game as well when you play it on decent difficulty. I'm playing it on normal, and so far I've only had one really troubled fight. Which I actually cheated through to get through, because I just couldn't get it, and I was like, I don't want to sit the entire stream fighting one fight, so I actually want to, I want to get going with the story. So, but the other fights have been decent, yeah, definitely. The fight we just had in the upper room was also a nail biter, was almost yes, no. And I'm not good at these kinds of games, the combat system, I can tell you that. But yeah. So like every frame to manage everything. Yeah, that's why I don't play these games on highest difficulty. As well as I probably would never be able to finish any fight. I'm not a super pro MLG expert. I'm a guy who just enjoys games, especially for the story. So lower difficulties are good for me. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do. I also don't mind cheating if it means I had to it takes me through a difficult fight in order to enjoy more of the story. Like if it's a fight where you normally are not yet, and there's another way to progress and then return to that fight, then I would pick that option. But this was a fight that we had to do at that point, and I just couldn't get through it. So that's why I cheated through it, to get on with the story. Because that's ultimately where I play these games for the story. And that's also the reason why at the first episodes, or during the first episodes, I was really on the fence with this game. I was like, am I going to cycle it, someone in chat told me how to god mode it, so that's what I did. But and also turn it off, so it's off now, obviously. I'm not gonna cheat through the entire game. Yeah. But that's why I also was on the fence of with this game at the start, because if you remember this whole rant from the start, I said at the start the game really tries hard to get you involved in the story, and it fails. In my eyes, it fails. The start of this game is crap. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in terms of getting you involved in the story and everything, the start of this game is really crap. Like, the first 2 episodes, I was wandering in this game. I was just wandering about, and I was thinking, why should I care? Why should I care about what's happening? What's my role in this? What's my part in this? And only on episode 3 or 4, and this is episode 6, remember, this episode 3 and 4, only then, that's like 8 to 10 hours into the game, they told me, alright, this is you're actually, you know, a special person with powers and can do this, and this is why you should care. And after that part I was like, oh cool, this is a good game. Now, it's just the beginning is so crap. Like, in regards to what we have now. Like the Raedric's Keep dungeon, which I go through in episodes 4 and 5, is really good in terms of story, except for the dramatic writing. But it's really good in terms of story content. But that was the first time. Am I saying this correctly? No, it's a bit before that. It's with the Keep, with the statue. With the statue that introduces you to the stronghold. That was the first time in this game that I actually felt, okay, this is a story I'm going to like. But all before that was really crap, I'm not gonna lie. It just doesn't drag you in, it doesn't put you in. So if you are willing to go through that rocky start, I should say, then you should be fine, I think. And the combat's good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the combat's really decent. The system is just really decent. There's not a lot I can say about that. Just the combat system is good, decent, reminiscent of Baldur's Gate and the like. It's a true Infinity Engine combat system, so it's definitely worth it. But yeah, you know, this game has two parts. It's got story and combat, and the combat is decent, so I'm not gonna talk much about that. But the story is just, yeah, what I just said. It's the start is so crap, and yeah, that's. But now I'm invested. Now the game has got me invested. So now it's you know, looking past the dramatic writing, from now on it's pretty good, pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to learning more about it. In Masuk, we begin training our daughters with the hunting knife as soon as they can talk. Many can field dress a hare before their 10th birthday. She frowns. I wouldn't trust this kid with a butter knife. You're too young to play with knives. You can't have a dagger, you poke your eye out. Resolve. I can tell you what, you tell me a secret now and I'll get you a dagger from the Knight of the Crucible themselves. Grab Gordy by the shirt and hold him above your head. How about you tell me that secret right now before I get angry? Oh. Let's get the secret out of him and then be gone. Gordy's jaw drops. A real dagger from the Knights? Okay, here's the secret. Oh crap, I totally forgot the voice. A real dagger from the Knights? Okay, here's the secret. Gordy puts his hand to his mouth and whispers loudly. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as a March steel dagger though. Okay. Thanks. Something secret. There's a loose brick by the theater. But what's the theater? Catacombs. No idea. Let's investigate. No, I want to investigate this first. This area. Before we move on to the next one. I think that's better. So let's go to the... Ooh. The catacombs. Guys, we're gonna meet some undead, I take it. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Obviously the Roman theater in the middle of the map. Oh great, can't see. Ah, I see. I see. Reach out for the soul. Alright, here we go, guys. You see an older dwarf counting coins behind a grimy shop window, hair limp with grease and sweat, a sneer playing around the edges of his pinched mouth. The bargains of the day lie scattered across the table, from tarnished tawdry jewellery to an ancient and crusted dagger lying precariously near the edge. His half-nose twitches in anticipation as a customer enters, a dishevelled young noble, one's white doublet stained with life gone wrong. Here you have that dramatic writing. Hey, P4RSEC? P4RSEC? Parsec, welcome. This is indeed my first PoE playthrough, and it is blind. So hopefully no spoilers. Alright, where were we? Eyes dart behind him, searching for pursuit, before he dumps the contents of his Hessian bag on the table. The dwarf leans forward, fingers flicking through the silverware and assorted goblets. He shakes his head empathically, smear fully settled, shoving the items back at the man. The man pleads, begs, eyes rolling panicked in his sockets, asking for something. Anything. A few silvers. The dwarf leers and tosses 3 copper pans on the table. Desperate, the young noble tears a signet ring from his finger, to the dwarf's ill-concealed delight. A few more coins go into the pile, and the defeated man, swearing stitches under his breath, exits the shop. The venerable dwarf grins at his good fortune, picking food out of his 2 sharp teeth as he examines his haul. There you go, a example of the dramatic writing in this game. You're totally right, that theater. That theater. Oh, we'll get there after we've explored the catacombs. Played it 4 times, so they're being part all back. Excellent. Well, otherwise it's just a purge, you know, a 1 second not chatting. But yeah, 4 times, wow. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, every hour I take a small break of 3 to 4 minutes. So please use this time to go take a drink, go to the toilet, do whatever it is you need to do. And when we come back, we'll be exploring the catacombs, we'll be exploring the rock behind the theater, and the other houses here in this area before moving on to other areas. I am definitely trying to do that. Or I'm definitely doing that, I should say. I'm definitely enjoying the ride, and I'm noting the flaws, but I'm looking past them. But I'm definitely noting it because I do like to remind my viewers of what I think of the game, flaws and positives. And yeah, but I'm definitely enjoying the game so far. So really great. As I said in the just now, the beginning was a bit but now that I'm invested and the game got me invested in the story and stuff, I'm pretty much enjoying it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes, and we'll continue with our exploration of Defiance Bay. See you guys in a bit.